going to share my screen with you. So welcome everyone. We're going to be looking at defense mistakes this evening. And a few weeks ago, I did a video on the topic of bidding mistakes. And there are two more videos I'm going to do. Today I'm going to cover mistakes, sorry, not in the bidding. Let me just, I've gone to the wrong screen there. Let me just find the right section. Not on defense, not on bidding, but on defense. And then the other section, of course, is on declarer play. So as I was saying, especially seeing people play online, I can very often see common mistakes that are coming up. And these are some of the most common mistakes that I see. So I'm going to go through what they are, and then we'll look at examples of each of those. So first one is playing third hand low. When your partner leads a low card, you should normally play third hand high. Not leading your partner suit. If your partner has made a bid during the auction, it's normally right to lead that suit. I would say about 95% of the time you should lead your partner suit. And a similar one, not returning your partner's suit. So we'll look at some examples of these in a moment. Not covering an honor with an honor. One of the most common mistakes I see again and again is defenders are not covering an honor with an honor when declarer leads an honor. So that's an aspect of second-hand play. And other errors are things like leading an unsupported ace or just cashing your high cards. I see a lot of tricks being lost that way by the defenders just cashing their top tricks or leading high cards. And a similar one, leading into honors in dummy. If there are honors in dummy, you should be wary of leading into those honors. Another one is leading a singleton trump. And sometimes people don't lead the right card from holdings like this, from sequences or near sequences. They lead their fourth highest from holdings like that. Another mistake is to give away a rough and discard. It's one of the bad mistakes defense can sometimes make. And finally, not leading a suit because you can see a high card in dummy. I see that happens quite a bit, especially with less experienced players, that they don't want to lead that suit because they can see there's a high card in dummy. We'll look at some examples of a lot of these in a moment, and hopefully it will become clearer. So let's start off with this one here. And you are west on this hand. North has opened a spade. Your partner overcalled two hearts. And south bid 2 no trump and north bid 3 no trump. And here, because your partner bid hearts, I think you should lead a heart. You might be thinking about leading a club here. And although you have quite a good club suit, you don't have any high cards outside the suit. So your chances of being able to set up clubs are quite small. Much better to lead a heart here. Your partner wants you to lead a heart. And you know, the good thing about leading a heart here is your partner will thank you for it because you're leading their suit. So yes, I would lead a heart here, the top card of a doubleton. And if we just look at the four hands, you'll see that this is going to be the winning defense. So your partner will overtake that with the 9. They don't need to play the king or jack, king or queen because the jack's in dummy. And even if declarer holds up, your partner will carry on with hearts. Eventually declarer takes the ace, and declarer can't really make this contract without going after spades. And if he does try the spade finesse, your partner wins and will be able to defeat the contract by taking the last 2 hearts. Okay. After that, declarer will claim the rest, but you would have defeated 3 no trump. Let's see what happens on that hand if instead of leading your partner suit, you lead your own suit. So although you've got quite a good club suit here, the problem is you're probably never going to get back in here. So if declarer ducks and takes the second trick now when they try the spade finesse, your partner can get in, but they don't have any clubs to return to you. So if they play a heart, declarer gets in, and now we'll be able to make their contract. They'll take their spades, they'll take their diamonds, and they'll make, I think, 10 tricks on that one. So that was an example where you really want to be leading your partner's suit, even after the 2 no trump bid here, which should show a heart stopper. It's probably much better than leading your own suit. Do interrupt me if you have some questions. We do have some polls coming up later. Here's another one where it's gone 1 no trump, 3 no trump. Your partner leads the 7 of spades, and here as East, you should play the queen, and if that wins the trick, you should carry on in that suit. So let's just bring up the 4 hands, and again we'll see if you carry on in that suit, your partner can play the king there, which forces out the ace, but whatever happens now, your partner will be able to get back in, and now the spades are set up. So your partner will be able to take the remaining spade tricks and defeat the contract. Declarer again will go down 1 trick there, and that was all caused by you playing 3rd hand high with your queen and then returning the suit. If you're tempted to lead your own suit in a situation like this, it won't go so well. If you take the queen of spades and then maybe you're put off because you see the ace of spades in dummy, if you play a club here, then it's not likely to help as much. In particular, you as East here have no high cards outside of the club suit. So even if you can set up clubs, it's very unlikely you'll get in again to take them. So here, declarer can win that. They might start by taking a heart, maybe try a diamond finesse, which they did before, and your partner gets in, but whatever they play, declarer still got stoppers in all the suits. If they play a spade here, declarer can win that one, and now is in a good shape. He'll take 2 hearts, maybe take the diamonds as well, and can take a club at least, and a heart, and can make 10 tricks there instead of the 8 tricks they were held to if you return your partner's suit. So I would say 9 times out of 10 or 95 times out of 100, if your partner leads a suit and you win that trick, you should lead that same suit back. Again, it will keep your partner happy. They will, even if it ends up not being good defense, they will at least appreciate that you tried to do your best. Is there ever any time it makes sense to switch to your own suit? Well, yes, occasionally, if you can see that you have something better to do. So let's have a look here where it's still gone 1 no trump, 3 no trump. Your partner plays a spade and you play the queen, which wins the trick. Well, now I can see that I should probably be thinking about switching to a club here. Although a spade lead may defeat the contract, I can be pretty certain that a club lead will. Even if declarer's got the ace of clubs, I can see that I've got the king of diamonds, so I'll probably get in again with that. And my goal here is to play the clubs, force out the ace, and later on I will get in and be able to cash my clubs. So if you clearly have something here that is probably better to do than carrying on in spades, then that's one of the rare occasions you should do it. So the right card to play here is the king. And if declarer doesn't win that one, you'd carry on with the queen. Okay, if they assume they have the ace here, they take their ace finally. But whatever happens now, you'll get in with your king of diamonds and you'll be able to take the last 2 club tricks. So played that way, declarer can be held to just 7 tricks. Okay. It could have been that playing a spade would defeat the contract too, On the other hand, that probably wasn't going to work out so well, because your partner, although they've got a nice spade suit, they don't have any high cards, any entry cards in the other suits. So you're actually do better here to switch to clubs, because you have the king of diamonds, and you can see that should be able to make a trick. Do interrupt me if you have any comments or questions on this. I'm going through this reasonably
Yeah, Tony.
quickly. Yep.
I do something that's always bothers me. If they're bidding, the opposition are bidding up to no trump,
Yeah.
and you haven't bid anything, and then your longest suit when you come to lead is something that's already been called, what do you do?
Well, so I mean, the things you're listening out for are the bidding. In the bidding is, have they missed out on a suit? Have they, is there a suit that's unbid? So
yeah, I know, but I'm saying they've already said a suit which is your longest suit, your best suit. Do you still leave that suit?
Well, possibly not. So, for example, if I was on the west hand on lead here, but south, for example, had opened one spade, I would not lead a spade here, because it's far too likely to help declare set up spades. I would, in preference, lead a suit that they haven't bid, or even a suit bid by dummy is often better than a suit bid by declarer, because if you lead a suit bid by declarer, you're leading into declarer strength there. But no, that's a good question, and yes, it's not always right to lead your best suit. If, on the other hand, you have a nice sequence like King, Queen, Jack, 10, then that's a very safe suit to lead, and that's not going to be helping declarer set up tricks. But if you have a holding like this, then don't lead that if, for example, south has bid a spade there. Thank you for that question. Let's have a look at another one. Actually, I've got a poll on this one, the first poll of the evening. Your partner leads the 5 of spades. Declarer plays the 2 from dummy, and this poll is just to ask you as East, what should you play, the king, the jack, or the 8? So I'm just going to launch a poll, and I hope it's a very simple poll. What should East play at trick 1, the king, the jack, or the 8? The poll there. And let's look at the results. And the majority here of 65% have gone for the king, but 27% said the jack and 8% said the 8. And those of you who chose to play the jack or the 8 are definitely wrong. Third hand should definitely play the king in this situation. In fact, this was a hand that was played recently, and a lot of declarers made 3 no trump on this, whereas it really should be defeated. Yes, East must play the king of spades. That will win the trick. That's the first thing you've got to do to get right. And the second thing East has to do to get right is to now play the jack. You lead high from 2 remaining cards. I hope you can see that if you make the mistake of playing the 8 here, declarer will play the queen, your partner will win with the ace, but you will be left with the embarrassment of winning trick 3 with the jack and will not be able to continue with a suit. So first key thing, which 1/3 of you roughly got wrong, is you must play the king in this situation. I see this mistake again and again, and obviously some of you are still making that. So play the king and then lead back the jack. The queen will force out the ace, and now your partner will be able to take the remaining spade tricks, and declarer will be down 1 on this one, 8 tricks. All right. Any comments or questions? Here's another one. This is a little more difficult. Here you opened 1 heart, south overcalled a spade, and your north bid 4 spades, and your partner leads the jack of hearts, and down comes dummy. Now it's worth thinking about what you think that jack of hearts is. They've led your suit, which is great. It could be a doubleton, it could be a singleton. So let's suppose we overtake that with the queen, just in case it is a singleton. and we lead back another one, the ace. Everyone follows so far, and it's worth taking stock of where we are at this point. 8 hearts have gone. There's 1 in dummy 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's one more heart, and probably South has it because your partner probably led a doubleton from the Jack 7 of hearts. So let's play another heart. Your partner plays a 3 of diamonds here, and you win the first 3 tricks. And I've got the second poll of the evening, which is, what are you going to play now? You've won 3 tricks, the first 3 hearts. What suit are you going to play now? Okay, let's end the poll. We've got answers for every choice there. And let's see. Most of you have gone for a club, 48%. 24% went for a spade, 14% went for a heart, and 14% went for a diamond. So that's very interesting from my point of view. Well, let's consider all those choices in turn. We know that there are no more hearts out because we played 3 rounds. So this is a time for East not to play a heart here, because that would allow declarer to ruff in one hand while they discard from the other. So I would not play a heart here. Now, what about the other choices? Well, the diamond lead looks dreadful, doesn't it? Because you're leading into the ace queen of diamonds. And if you don't lead a diamond, you're probably going to make a diamond trick. But if you lead it, you certainly won't. And the club is not much better, because by leading a club, you are leading away from your honor into the king jack in dummy. You should really expect that you had a pretty good hand here, and it's very unlikely your partner's got much in the way of honors. So you do not want to be playing a club here. If you lead a low club or the queen of clubs, they're both equally bad. Declare will almost certainly be able to win this a low club with the jack. Something, again, they're unlikely to be able to do if you don't lead a club. So the suit I'm going to say is a clear standout here is a trump. Yes, you have a safe lead of a trump. You do not expect to make any trump tricks here. And you might say, oh, what if my partner's got the king of spades? Not very likely here. And even if they did have the king of spades, declarer could finesse against it themselves. They could lead towards dummy. So really the spade lead is a standout lead. It avoids giving away a trick in one of the minor suits. And this actually was a hand that was actually played, and this is actually what East did play. They switched to a spade, which was a very good switch there. Declarer took the spade, and they drew another round of trumps, and now they lead the jack of clubs. And although earlier East did very well, East on this hand now made a mistake because they didn't cover an honor with an honor. If we look at the 4 hands, what they did, declarer's already lost 3 tricks here, so we can't afford to lose any more. But what declarer did by leading the jack of clubs here, he gave East a chance to go wrong. And East, unless he can see that there's no point in it, should definitely have played the queen here. You can see that if he plays the queen, it forces out the ace, but it happens that your partner's got the 10, so you will promote a trick for your side. So this particular East didn't play the queen, they played low, and so declarer won the jack, and now they're not going to lose any club tricks. So declarer played some more trumps here, maybe just to try to put a squeeze on the opponents. But in the end, they played their clubs and they played a diamond. And now East is going to defeat the contract, making the king of diamonds. But East had a chance to get another trick on this hand if they had covered an honor with an honor. If the jack is played, they need to play the queen here. Any questions on that? Any comments? Declarer misplayed this really by leading the jack. Leading the jack against the correct defense will never gain here.
Yeah, but Tony,
Yes.
It doesn't establish the 10 of clubs in the West Hand, because that would be roughed, wouldn't it?
No.
Oh,
So
there's 3 and 3.
yeah.
I see. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. No. So there's no rough there. No. I mean, you should cover an honor with an honor there because it may promote a trick, and it's normally the right thing to do, and it certainly is the case here. Okay, let's try another one. I've just got a simple question here about your opening lead. The bidding has gone 1 no trump, 3 no trump. You're West, and I've got a poll coming up as to what would you lead on this hand. So I'm just going to launch that poll. Share the results with you. I'm often hopeful that everyone's going to get one of these questions right, and they nearly did this time. Nearly everyone went for the King of Diamonds, 86%, with a few people going for the Queen, the 10, or the 8 of Diamonds. And yes, the King of Diamonds is the right card to play there. You lead the top of a sequence or a near sequence here, and you should be playing the King of Diamonds here. When this hand was actually played on this occasion, they led 4th highest, the 8 of Diamonds, and because Declarer's got the Jack here, they were able to win a trick with the Jack, and they still have another stopper with the Ace of Diamonds. So now Declarer's got time to play the clubs, force out the ace, but whatever happens now, Declarer can win the Ace of Diamonds and actually can claim at this point, and they can make 12 tricks here. They've got all the clubs now, all the hearts and all the spades. Against the right defense, it should be defeated. So if I bring up the 4 hands and have the King of Diamonds led, then whether or not Declarer wins that one, you carry on with the Queen, play another diamond, which will lose to the ace. But now, when the clubs are played, you can get in with your ace of clubs, and you've got 2 good diamonds. So this contract should have been defeated, but the wrong lead there led to 12 tricks instead of 8 tricks. Okay, any comments or questions on that? Let's have a look at this one. This is a tricky one. So it's gone 1 heart, 3 hearts, 4 hearts, and you're on lead, and I think you've got a pretty good lead here of the King of Spades at top of the sequence. Also, you should just have a little think about the strength you've got. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points. So the opponents have big game here, so your partner probably doesn't have very much. Very unlikely to have many high cards, if any. So that's a consideration for you as you defend this hand. You start off with the King of Spades, and Declarer takes the ace. And let's suppose they lead a heart, and they play the Jack. It looks like they're finessing, and you win the King of Hearts. So far, so good. What now? Well, I think I'm safe to carry on with spades. Maybe I can make another couple of spade tricks here. So I play the Queen, that wins a trick. I play the Jack, but Declarer roughs that. So Declarer's out of spades now. Okay, now what? Now Declarer plays a heart. So he's drawing trumps now, plays another heart. Okay, and he now plays a club. Well, second hand here, you're going to play low. You're not going to play your Queen, of course. Declarer takes the ace, leads a club back. He plays a Jack, and you can now win that one with the Queen. Okay, so you've just won the Queen of Clubs here, and I've got another poll question for you, which is what should you play now? What should you play having won the Queen of Clubs? Which suit should you play now? A spade, a diamond, or a club? Okay, let's end that there. Not everyone has answered this one, so maybe it's quite a difficult one. Most of you have gone for a club, 52%, but 32% went for a diamond and 16% went for a spade. And let's go through the options here. Well, I'm not keen on leading a spade here because I know that declarer has no more spades in both hands. And leading a spade could give declarer a chance to ruff in one hand while they discard from the other. So that's a poor option. Diamonds, I should assume that declarer is very likely to have the ace and king here. And I'm hoping to make a trick with my queen. So leading a diamond could be risky here. If my partner has the jack of diamonds, it might be okay. But I think the safest card to lead here is a club. Very often when you're in these situations and you want to make a safe return, it's very often a good idea to lead back the suit that declarer was playing. And you can see if the layout is something like this, you can see that leading a diamond here would not be good. Declarer would win the jack, and a spade also would not be good. Declarer could discard a diamond while they ruff in the other hand. So the safest play here is a club. This particular defender didn't do that. They played a spade, and now declarer is able to ruff in dummy while they discard a loser from their hand and make 10 tricks there. If you'd played a club, then declarer probably would have fallen back on the diamond finesse, which would have failed here, and you could have defeated the contract. Do interrupt me if you have any comments or questions on this. And just a couple more examples here. Here's one where your partner leads the jack of spades against 3 no trump. It's gone 1 heart, 2 diamonds, 2 no trump, 3 no trump. And they play the queen, and you should win that one with the ace. And the question is, what should you play back now? Which suit do you think he should play here? I've got a final poll of the evening, which is, which suit do you think he should play now? Okay, let's have a look at the results. And most of you have gone for a spade, 65%, but others went for a club, a diamond, and a heart, 9% each for those. Well, what do we think? So my first inclination is to think, shall I return my partner's suit here? And unless I have something clearly better to do, you should be returning your partner's suit. And here, your partner's lead of the jack shows that they've got a sequence headed by the jack. So my objective here should be to play that suit back and to force out the king of spades. Don't be put off leading spades just because there's a high spade in dummy. What you want to do on this hand is lead a spade back, and you also want to will be trying to stop declarer taking all those diamonds. So you need to knock out the entry to dummy, the king of spades, so that it will make it harder for them to take all those diamond tricks. So yes, the right defense here is to continue with spades. Here, your partner would win that with the 8. If they don't play their king, they'll force out the other high spades now. And declarer now might turn their attention to diamonds. And you're, of course, not going to take your ace to start with. But if they play a second diamond, you have to take it. But now you've blocked the diamond suit, and declarer won't be able to make any more diamond tricks here. So now you can't lead a spade anymore. Now I would lead into one of the weak suits there, clubs or hearts. Clubs here because declarer bid hearts. So I'll lead the jack here, and your partner's got the ace here, so they can get in and they can take their last spade. Okay, at the end, declarer will be able to take their hearts, and they should also lose one club if your partner has kept the right thing there. And you can hold declarer to 7 tricks on that one. So that was an example of returning your partner's suit, even though there's a high spade in dummy. So I just wanted to end on a couple of, on one hand, that was played in 2 different ways. This was actually how it was played on a couple of occasions. It was a 1-no trump contract, and let's just see how it went. West here was on lead, led a spade. East here played the queen of spades, won the trick, and continued with spades. So declarer won that one with the ace. Let's actually bring up the 4 hands and see what happened here. Declarer now led a diamond. West has got a bit of a problem as to what to play here. West, I wouldn't, you can see the king of diamonds in dummy, so I wouldn't play the queen there. I mean, either play the ace or play the 6. Anyway, they played the 6, and declarer made the wrong guess here, tried to win it with the 9, and East won with the 10 of diamonds. They then played a spade back, remembering that was their partner suit, and West was able to make the remaining spade tricks. Then they played a club, and East played the queen, which forced out the ace. A diamond was played here, and West here took the ace. There doesn't seem much point playing low there. Anyway, they took the ace, were able to cash the king of clubs. They played a heart here. This time East took the ace, and they were able to cash a club here. So they played another heart back here, which declarer won that, and they took the last diamond. So against reasonably good defense there, declarer only made 4 tricks. Declarer went down by 3 tricks on that one, just by the defense sort of defending reasonably well here. Here's another time it was played where it was not defended very well, and I'll just show you what happened here. They led a spade again. East played the queen, but East did not carry on in spades. East actually played the ace of hearts, which is really a very, very poor card to play. You're sort of cashing your ace or hoping for something there by leading the ace, when you have a much better thing to do, which is to continue in spades. So this is what happened. They played their ace, and now East made another very, very poor play, which is they played the queen of clubs. Now, why is that so bad? Well, because the jack is in dummy, and you've got the jack and you've got the queen and the 10. So you should be trying to stop the jack from making a trick, and leading a club here is very poor choice here. So what happened? Well, declarer actually let East win that trick, and East now instead still didn't go back to spades. Instead, they went to a heart, and this is what happened. The king got played. It trapped your partner's queen, and so the jack is now good. Declarer took that. They now led a diamond, and this West played the queen of diamonds, which I really don't think is much of a play. It sort of makes it obvious for North to play the king here, which won the trick. They played a diamond back here, which forced out the ace. West got in finally and played a spade, but although declarer won that trick there, when they played their diamonds, they're now set up. So declarer was able to take 2 diamonds here.
Club.
They played a club, and they made another club here, and just lost the last trick. So this declarer managed 8 tricks instead of 4 tricks, really caused by, some of the defensive errors, not returning your partner suit, cashing your aces, and things like that. So which is often a very bad choices were made there, shall I say. Anyone got any comments or questions on those? So we'll end the talk there. It's been a slightly long talk there, but I hope you found that useful.